Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, 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 Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam. Yeah, pranam, pranam. Pranam. Yes. How do we begin today?
உள்ளதெல்லாம் பரபிரமே. உள்ளதெல்லாம் பரபிரமே.
Suppose somebody asks us, what is the take-home message of Srimad Bhagavad Gita? We are asking ourselves what would be our answer. One answer would be, I don't know much about Bhagavad Gita. Frank, We must have heard some chapters, some discourses on, some shlokas. We know it's a sacred book. We have been told by elders that it's a sacred book. The song Celestial was given by Lord Krishna himself. Some people might have gone a little deeper into it. Many of them might be taking it as a textual knowledge. Somebody would have been prompted to apply this in their life, to check up whether, to what extent this can be implemented in our day-to-day life. Like that, different answers may come. നാല് മുപ്പത്തി ഫോർത്ത് ചാപ്റ്റർ 34 തദ്വിദ്ധി പ്രണിപാതേന അതുവാ പരിപ്രശ്നേന സേവയാ ഉപദേക്ഷ്യന്തി തേ ജ്ഞാനം ജ്ഞാനിനാ തത്വദർശിന. So when this question comes to us, now that we have been prompted by Papa to take up an in-depth study, we try to go a little deeper. Very difficult. There are 700 slokas. Repetition is there. We can't say anything is in a chronological order. So unless and until we define for ourselves what exactly we look from Bhagavad Gita, it will be difficult. Suppose we would like to know, how does Bhagavad Gita help me to transform my very life into a sadhana? Normally when we say sadhana, we have a notion that sadhana means meditation, chanting, bhajans, swadhyay, darshan of saints, visiting holy places, reading of the biographical sketches of masters, bhaktotamas. Spending some time, withdrawing ourselves from the common run of activities and spending some time in solitude. These are all the things which we have heard by sadhana. But then Bhagavad Gita tells us that our very life is a sadhana. So there is no divide between sadhana and non-sadhana. Whether I lead a student's life, whether I lead a grihastha life, whether I lead a professional life, whether I lead a social life, whether I lead a personal life, right from morning till evening, whatever I do should be transformed as a sadhana. Now we have separated. These are all duties performed at the family level, professional level, social level. These are all the challenges we are meeting at 3 levels. These are all the commitments we have to honor. Like that, So we have not transformed everything as sadhana. Suppose we approach Bhagavad Gita, how do I transform my entire activities right from the moment I wake up till I retire to bed? Whatever I do, whatever I talk, whatever I think, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I touch, whatever I eat, how can I transform this into a sadhana? Meaning, every time it's an offering to Him, offering to Him, offering to Him. That is sadhana. Sadhana means remembering God. Kindly think about it. If you earnestly approach sadhana and Bhagavad Gita with this approach, probably immediately certain slokas will come and stand before us. Because it is very difficult to have a comprehensive knowledge about Bhagavad Gita especially for people like us who did not have the traditional way of Veda Dhyanam or Sanskrit. We have heard here and there lectures of Swamiji's. We have read some books on the commentaries made by Mahatmas on Bhagavad Gita. But it doesn't give us an overview of the entire thing. Kindly think about it. So one way would be, how does Bhagavad Gita help me to transform my entire activities as a sadhana? That means to remember God. Practical approach. Please think about it. When we think, any shlokas that come to you based upon this, transforming all our activities into sadhana. This is one of the attempts, not that this is the only one, this is one of the attempts. Now one sloka here, Tadviddi pranipadena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Know that Supreme Brahman by prostrating yourself, by repeated questioning, by service. The jnanis, those who have realized the truth, will instruct you in that knowledge. If that jnana or spiritual knowledge and realization is the ideal, if all the actions are finally going to dissolve into that jnana, and we are asked to develop that jnana, how shall we develop it? Try to understand this truth of jnana by going to a teacher, tadviti. Know that, pranipatena, that means by saluting the teacher. Pranipate means namaskar or salutations. Pariprashnena, meaning by constant questioning the teacher and one's own mind. Questioning is needed for developing knowledge. It is not a dogma or a creed which dissolves away by questioning. Only truth can stand questioning, and it encourages. It is actual experience. So knowledge of this type needs constant questioning, pariprashna. Not mere prashna or questioning, pariprashna, constant questioning. What is this? Why should it be so? How to achieve it? Questioning like that. Showing that you are serious about it. Questions can be very ordinary, questions can be serious. Here Sri Krishna means only serious questioning. Elsewhere in Vibhuti Yoga he will say, even the answers are me only. Of all the knowledge, spiritual knowledge is the important, and when of all the discussion, vadas, I am the one who gives the knowledge. There are several people who ask lazy questions for nothing. Sometimes when I walk by the road, I have seen people from the neighboring house, "Sir, what is God?" By the time you answer, he has gone away. He is not interested, just an idle question. So much people are there, but here it is different. I am serious about it. I must have it. So this particular stanza also gives us some clues. Questioning not for the sake of questioning, questioning for the sake of getting more and more clarity. Now coming back to the first point, how do we transform our daily activities into sadhana? With this question, we are approaching Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Any shloka comes to anybody's mind?
Swamiji, yadjuhoshi, yadkaroshi,
Ah,
yadastasi.
ah. Number.
Number, Swamiji.
27th, in
27th, Swamiji.
chapter number 9.
9, chapter number 9.
Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi yad, yat tapasyasya kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. So from here we can start. That's a beautiful slogan. Whatever you do at home, in the field of profession, with friends, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give away, whatever austerity you practice, do that as an offering unto me. In 2 or 3 places in the Gita, similar exhortations come. So we have to now search for that. Whatever you do, any action you do, it doesn't specify that whatever action you do at ashram, whatever you do at a temple, whatever you do at any punya kshetras. No. Whether I am cleaning the vessel, whether I am trying to maintain the household, whether I am administering an office, whether I am bringing out a project for my employer, whether I am working on a project, whether I am involved in my social commitment to friends, whatever I do, right from morning till night. Now we are doing it, half of our mind is always telling about me and mine. Half of our mind, rest of the mind might be on the work. But the base will be mostly, in exceptional cases it is not there, mostly me and mine will be there. It is for I have to maintain, I have to do this, I have to organize. So here Lord Krishna says, whatever you do when you offer it to me, and why should we do that? It is not a dictum. Just now we said pariprashnena. We have to keep on asking ourselves. When we are not very clear, we can ask the same to any Mahatmas who have experienced this, not textual knowledge. We don't mean academic knowledge. So in our case, Papa's, Mataji's life is there before us. So they will answer through their very life. Whatever they do, In Inquest of God, you will find he was doing everything for Ram. In other words, Ram made him to do it. That is the postgraduate state, PhD state. So before that, he was doing everything for Ram, and a stage came when he realized that Ram does everything. Anything. So we are yet to move toward that, but still let us get this clarity. How do I transform my daily activities as a part of my sadhana? So one clue is when we bring in this dimension, not from the me and mine level, but from the he. He gave me a life. He provided all. He has been providing, not provided. He has been providing everything through Mother Nature and society, which are His creations, till this moment. I cannot arrogate anything that I have done by myself. So whatever I do, it belongs to Him only. This one particular sloga enables us to go deeper, deeper, deeper. We analyze so many things, pariprashnena. This wonderful, profound idea is now given to us in English, in Sanskrit sloga and English commentary. Language. We don't know who has given this language. We just mentally salute before that. Otherwise, how will we communicate? How will we understand? Even if the printed matter is not there, we have to vocally communicate. No. If to vocally communicate, we need the language. He provided this language through one of His creations. We have not done anything for that. For all our outer dealings, language is the base, is it not? Think about it. How much this language plays its part, whether it is English or our own mother tongue. Suppose the language is not there, can we do this? Whether it is household, whether it is professional, whether it is social, anything. Without language, can we do that? So in order to to make it smooth, God, who gave us the life, who provided everything through Mother Nature and society, also provided this vital link. That is the one which connects me with the rest of the creation, language. My body language, it has got its own influence, no doubt. But limited, no. Now we are reading Swami Ranganathan's commentary. He is not before us. Papa is not before us in body. But when we go through Papa's, how are we to understand Papa's philosophy? Is it not because of the language? Think. And then we think about the origin of the language. We have no clue. Absolutely no clue. So the person who was prompted to bring out this language with grammar, because if the grammar is not there, there will be no foundation for the language. Think about it. Today we are talking about Bhagavad Gita because of the language.
Languages come from Shiva's Damaru races only. Languages come from Damaru, Shiva's Damaru.
Shiva's Damaru. Shiva's Damaru. It came, began. The beginning. Damaru.
Of course, he says in Vishwarupam, Akarosmi, Aksharanam Akarosmi. So he has given, he elaborated it through, everything has been given by him. So we become aware. So Bhagavad Gita says, Aksharanam Akarosmi. So the concept of Akshara has come, there. Akshara, language. And he says, A means the beginning. அக்ஷரானா மகாரோஸ்மி விஸ்வரூபத்தில் இருக்கும் விபூதியில் இருக்கும் விபூதி யோகாவில் இருக்கும் தேர்ட்டி த்ரீ அக்ஷராணாம் அகாரோஸ்மி द्वंद्व सामसिक्यस्य അഹമേവാക്ഷയാ കാലോ ദാതാഹം വിശ്വതോ മുഖ. അക്ഷരങ്ങളിൽ ഞാൻ അകാരമാകുന്നു, സമാസങ്ങളിൽ ദ്വന്ദ്സമാസവും, അക്ഷയമായ കാലവും ഞാൻ തന്നെ. സോ ഹീ സേസ് ദാറ്റ്, നോ, ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ഹീ സേസ് 33, 10:33. Of letters, I am the letter A. Among all the alphabets, I am A. In Sanskrit, it is the first letter, A. The first letter that the mouth can produce, the first sound is A, as heard in the word assurance, because it comes from the deepest level in the throat. In Sanskrit, it is Akara. In Sanskrit, A is not the first letter, A. All aksharas or alphabets come from A. A is the beginning. So, now we were discussing about how to transform our daily activities as a part of our sadhana, as a form of sadhana. So this one gives us a clue. He has given us everything. So whatever I do at any level, I should be able to link it with him. When I am cooking, when I am washing, when I am sweeping, when I am cleaning, whatever I do at home, whatever I do at office, whatever I do with my friends, it should be within that limits bound, you know. The me and mine, if it comes, I am forgetting him. If I remember him, who is the origin of everything, then I am linking with him. Then it becomes a sadhana. Kindly think about it. Like this, any other sloka?
Advaita sarvabhutanam maitra karuneva. The all sloka sadhana like sorry.
Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuneva. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi. 15th? 15th? Huh? Chapter number 4.
Chapter number 4, 24.
24. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagno Brahmanahudam Brahmaivadena Gandavyam Brahmakarma Samadhya. The offering process is Brahman. Offered clarified butter is Brahman. Offered by Brahman, in the fire of Brahman, by the Brahman. So wonderful. The process of offering is Brahman. Whatever I do, whatever I think, you know. Brahman alone is the goal of the one who offers. As a result of this sacrifice, we need not confuse this to the yajna, you know. Such a person knows whatever he or she does is nothing but the divine. That is important. This is the profound Vedantic truth that there is only Brahman in this universe, infinite, non-dual, pure consciousness. This is manifested as the universe, objects, actions, subjects, everything. And that is the truth. That is expressed through these words. This wonderful truth is given in physiology and other modern scientific thought. And as we have said, the universal oneness behind the multiplicity is what our ancients say. How can this and be this? This is the truth. How can the food I take and the digestive energy in the stomach be the same? Yes, they are. Go to the root. You find that it is from one source that all these have come. Take the human body. The same genetic material has become the hard bone structure, and the same genetic material has become the beautiful visibility through the eyes. It is translucent, as it were. Some are hard, some soft, some fluid, some as the skin and nail and hair. Beautiful. All these have come from the same genetic material. So this is the truth that we are taught again and again in physical science. Everything within the body is built up, then repaired, corrected, made to grow by the same genetic material that is inside. This is the big truth, the Advaita truth, which India discovered ages ago. Just as in the solar system, everything is solar radiation is condensed form of as water, as ice, as stone, as plant, this, everything is solar radiation. So this is a great slogan. This is the truth, not a dogma. How can this and be the same? The beautiful example, How can the food I take and the digestive energy in the stomach be the same? Yes, they are. Go to the root. You find that it is from one source that all these have come. Take the human body. The same genetic material has become the hard bone structure. The same genetic material has become the beautiful visibility through the eye. It is translucent, as it were. Some are hard, some soft, some fluid, some as the skin and nail and hair. All these have come from the same genetic material. So this is the truth that we are taught again and again. So there is no divide, So second sloka, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi. First, Yes Karoshi. Then, anything like that?
Another sloka, 5th chapter, 10th sloka, Swamiji. 5th chapter, 10th sloka.
5th chapter, 10th.
5th chapter, 10th sloka. Fifth chapter?
10th sloka.
10th sloka, Swamiji. Brahmanyadaya karmani.
5th and 10th.
Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tektva karoti yah. Lipyadena papena patmapatra vibhambasa. One who does action forsaking attachment, resigning them to Brahman, is not tainted by anything like a lotus leaf by water. This is a well-known verse of this chapter. We use as a prayer during meal Brahmarpanam. This is what Sri Krishna had said here. Here the 10th verse says, let all your actions go to Brahman, God. Everything has come from Brahman. From that one infinite spiritual source, and everything has to be given back to Brahman. Beautiful. Brahmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva. Renouncing all attachment, offering all actions to Brahman. When I appropriate to myself, it is attachment. When I know that He is the source, I am free from attachment. Karotyaha, one who does so, lipyate na sapapena, is never touched by sin. Padma patram ivambasa, like a lotus leaf which is in water, but is not touched by water at all. It's a famous example. This human being is in the midst of heavy work. Work does not touch him or her, does not taint such a one. What a beautiful idea. Anybody can try and realize for oneself whether this is true or not. These are all very verifiable truths. It's a beautiful word. Verifiable truth. We have to verify. If we hear the truth and go, it will not become mine. But when I verify it, it's a verifiable truth by everybody. So I apply it. I go to the root. Pariprashnena, no? First sloga that came. Tadvidhi pradipadena pariprashnena sevaya. So by going deeper and deeper into it, honestly, sincerely, not for the sake of argument, with a view to know, then I realize that everything has come from him and everything goes to him, whether we know it or not, whether we accept it or not, whether we recognize it or not. The moment we start realizing it, it becomes a sadhana. And later on, as Papa could scale, we have been assured that we will reach a stage that it is he who does. That is an advanced state. At the moment, we are acting. But this action we try to understand, we are in a position to act because he provided the wherewithal, he provided the raw material, he provided everything that is necessary or the tools. The material cause, the efficient cause and the instrumental cause. All are provided by him only. No? For anything to come out, these three are, we have been told, these three are relevant. First, material cause, instrumental cause, and then the efficiency cause, intelligence behind it. So everything has been provided by him. I did not know that. So I was thinking that I know it, I have mastered it, I have been doing it like that. But when I go to a spiritual preceptor and when he introduces this truth to me, I slowly realize, oh Shri, I have been given a wonderful opportunity to do this particular act, to master this particular line, to have this expertise, skill, everything. The other day we were sharing, for the sake of those who are hearing it for the first time, we are repeating it again. When we joined the company, our section head called me and said these three mantras. It was way back in 1961, but it is so relevant even today, He said, when you keep on doing your work, you may become an expert. People will congratulate you. You may also think that you have become an expert. At that time, you should know it is the company that gave you an opportunity to bring out your talents lying dormant. Second one, he said, after working here, when you leave, the expertise or skill, whatever you have, your efficiency, that also comes with you. So you should know that it is the company that gave you an opportunity to bring it and to make it your own. Wherever you go, it will be with you. And the third one, of course, he said, after that you may feel I am not duly compensated, I should have got more, something like that. He said, nothing wrong in asking, but you should know that there are so many people who are without employment. You were pining for an employment, and on the day you joined, what was your state of affairs, that you remember, and then claim whatever you feel. So the first one, no, the origin. If the opportunity is not given to me, how will I know that I will be able to handle it? Trial and error method comes only when an opportunity is given, is it not? There should be a field. So God has provided a field for us. If He has not provided a field, how will I know that I can write, I can talk, I can handle? So, Brahmanyadhyaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiya. Lipyatena sa papena patmapatram ivambasa. This is also supportive, you know. How to transform my daily activities into as a form of sadhana. That means, you know, slowly Gita is entering into us. That is why it strikes to us. We have not treated it only as a text. So now the relevant slokas are coming up one by one because it is slowly entering into us. Yes, anything more?
5:13 and 14.
Huh? Hari Om?
ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಮ ಬೇರೆ
Yes, Mami. 5th chapter, 14 and 15, Mami.
5th chapter, 14, 15.
Good.
14 and 15.
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि स्वकस्य सृजति प्रभुः।
न कर्तृत्वं न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभु न कर्मबल संयोगम स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते. Neither agency nor action does the Lord create for the world, nor the union with the fruit of action. It is nature that does it all. The Divine Personality, the Supreme Divine Being, did not prescribe any agency of action. Neither of these was prescribed by the Divine Lord. Then how does the action go on? Nature does it all. How do I transform? How does it help me in transforming my daily activities as a sadhana? Doership is not there.
ஈகோ செயல் அதை செய்யும் பொழுது நான் என்கின்ற அகங்காரம், செயல் பயனை அனுபவிக்க வேண்டும் என்ற துடிப்பு, இவை யாவும் இறைவனது மனிதனுக்கு தரவில்லை. பிரகிருதியின் இயல்பு, இயற்கையின் குணங்களால் இவை உண்டாகின்றன.
No, that is right. Agreed. The sense of agency, the me and mine is getting subdued. But let us not dilute this. We are trying to transform. We have not reached the stage to accept it. We can only read it in the sloka. We are all having this sense of doership. We are trying to reduce its dominance. So the only way is to transform it as a part of sadhana. Think about it. Nadatte kasyadit papam nachaivam sugrutam vibhuhu ajnane navrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. The omnipresent divine does not take the merit and demerit of anyone. Knowledge is enveloped by ignorance, hence it may be there. But directly there are many slokas which help us to transform. It directly helps us.
Chapter 4, 10th sloka. Vitarada Vayakshoda.
Enavagan?
4:10.
4,
10th.
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 You're making a note?
Yes, sir.
Vitarada Vayakshoda.
10th.
10th sloka. Chapter
4th chapter. 10.
Oh, it's an elaborate one. Must be a big one. वीतराग भयक्रोध मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवे ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावगता. Freedom from attachment, fear and anger absorbed in me, taking refuge in me, freed from attachment, fear and anger absorbed in me, take refuge in me, purified by the fire of knowledge, many have attained to my being. The last line says, Bahavo madbhavam agataha. Many have achieved oneness with me. Those who realize me truly as the divine incarnation, they come unto. Now he repeats it. Many have achieved this spiritual realization. Jnana tapasa. He explains about jnana tapasa. Spiritual knowledge. No, that is a dictum, no? Your right is only to work. It is a truth he is telling. Because the fruit of action is not in our hand. Yeah, it can go near that. It can go near that, though it is not direct.
Attachment கூட சுவாமி. Free from attachment, அது ரொம்ப free from attachment. Very, very. Oh.
How? Let us be very clear. It is very difficult for all of us to understand Gita, which has got 700 slokas. So we are now trying to approach Gita Mataji to enlighten us, a technique by which we transform all our activities as a form of sadhana to him, as a form of sadhana to become aware of his presence. With this bhavana, when we approach Gita, she gives us one by one. Some are direct, some are indirect, that's all. All slokas are right, but some are direct. As a beginner, we would like to have the first one, the direct one. Every sloka will be directing us when we start thinking about it. So to begin with, let us try which are all the direct ones. Just like this Yat Karoshi.
So, Swamiji, 5/20.
5:28.
5:20.
528.
Yatendriya Manobuddhi, Mulir Mokshaparayanah, Upadesha, Bhayakroda, Yat Sada Mukta Evrasa.
It is not directly telling, It is, we draw from the outside one and we concentrate between the eyebrows and then...
Fifth 28.
Fifth 28. Yatendriya Manobuddhir Munir Moksha Parayana Pigadecha Bhayakroda Ya Sada Mukta Evasa. It is about the spiritual journey.
I try to become Muktananda Swarupa. ஈஸியா இருக்கு, ஆனா சொல்றது கஷ்டமா இருக்கு, கடைப்பிடிக்கிறது கஷ்டமா இருக்கு.
ஐ திங்க் செகண்டில் நிறைய இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். 47 is there, but 47 does it directly give us? Karmanyevadhikarasti.
Fifth chapter 9, she says.
Pralaban Visarjan. 5th chapter 9.
8 and 9.
Naiva kinchit karomiti. Yukudo manyade vidattvavid pashyan srinvan prishyan 8 and 9, yes. So we were talking about 10. Even 11, Kayena Manasa Buddhya Kavalir Indriye Ravi Yogina Karma Guruvandi Sangam Tyaktva Atma Shuddhaye Yukta Karma Bhalam Tyaktva Shantimapnodi Naishtigi Mayukta Kamagarena Bhare Sakto Nivadyate. This 8 and 9, it is directly linked to our life, you know.
8 and 9.
Yes, we can apply our mind more on that. It directly applies. Whatever we do. Just like Papa said in the outpouring. The knower of truth centered in the self-shooting, I do nothing at all. Though seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, going, sleeping, breathing, speaking, sleeping, speaking, letting go, holding, opening and closing of the eyes, that it is all the senses that move among sense objects. The knower of truth must think like this, I do not do anything. Okay, instead of telling that we are applying it, this forms a that he makes me to do, you know. These are all the activities that are going on. All my activities have been brought here. And then, when I know that I am not doing it, Naiva kinchit karomidi yukudo anyate sattvavid. I do not do anything. Though a lot of work is being done, what are the things? One gets the capacity to detach from and the capacity to attach to the sense object with a free mind. This double capacity must come to each one, capacity to attach, capacity to detach. That is called freedom. If only one is there, it is not freedom. If both are there, there is freedom. So even though you are working, you are not at all tainted by the work or its results. So he is making me, you know, we must add this word. You know. I am not doing it, you are doing it. Then it's a part of sadhana. So in the next few days, why not we try to approach Gita Mata? Every day there will be some. We can consolidate everything. And later on probably we may be able to have the same perspective in almost all slokas. You know. To make it clear that Bhagavad Gita wants every one of us to transform all our activities. All our activities means right from the tiniest to the grossest, from the minutest to the grossest. Even while I put my feet into the chapel and remove it and keep it there, right from my getting up in the morning and keeping the bed sheet in the proper order, pillow in the proper order. When I take the brush, when I put the paste, when I go to the wash basin, when I open the tap, close the tap, when I take my bath, when I change my dress, when I eat, ultimately I should reach that stage, transforming everything as an offering to Him. If this is clear, then probably we might find so many shlokas are helping me to do that. At the physical level, mental level, intellectual level. Activities are going on at these three levels: mental level, physical level, mental level, intellectual level. It might help us to know that the power behind the body, the mind and the intellect is the one who does it. Then the sadhana becomes complete. All our aim, our Ram Nam chanting is only exclusively for that. The vision of divinity, that's what Papa said. The vision of divinity. It is for that purpose He gave us this Ram Nam. By chanting Ram Nam, we are to remember Him. But at the moment, while chanting we may be, but after chanting we are not sure whether we remember Him at all times. Even while chanting, if we remember that the language is given, the mantra is there. Mantra is expressed in the form of a language, and the language is a gift of Him. And inside He is there in the form of life. That is why, and He has given me the vocal cord to express it and bring it out in the form of the sound. So while chanting, that's why Papa said, while chanting, know that you are chanting the name of one who is behind you, who is making you to chant. So that chanting becomes a sadhana then. You are chanting the name of one who is within you and who is making you to chant. Not that I am chanting. So like that, if He is making me to chant, He is making me to think, He is making me to see, all my sense organs are working because He is there. So it should be compatible with, it should be in line with whatever action I do, whatever talk I do, whatever thoughts that I share, it must be in line with, in conformity with, compatible with the inner aspiration. So this suggestion, kindly think over it. If you feel motivated, try to go to Gita Ai and pray to her so that she will direct you to the certain slokas as an initial first stage, and then slowly when we go delve deeper and deeper into it, many slokas will give, and probably a time may come when every sloka will be directing us to transform our all activities into sadhana. That is our aim.
Swamiji, whatever Swamiji has said, it has been in a very concise manner given in 18th chapter, 51, 52,
51, 52, 53.
18th chapter. Buddhaya Buddhya Vishuddhaya Yukto Dhritya
Dhidyatmanam niyamya cha shabdadin vishayam tyaktva ragadvesha yudasya cha vivikta sevi lekvashri yatavakaya manasa dhyana yoga paro nitya vairagyam samupashritaha ahangaram balam darpam kamam krodam parigraham vimuchya nirmamo shanto brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who resorts to a sequestered spot, no, sorry, no, 50? 51, correct. Being endued with a pure intellect, subduing the body and senses with fortitude, relinquishing sound and such other sense objects, abandoning attraction and hatred, one who resorts to a sequestered spot, eats but little, who has speech, body and mind controlled, who is ever engaged in the yoga of meditation, who is possessed of dispassion, one who has forsaken egoism, power, pride, lust, wrath, property, freed from the action of mind, and who is tranquil, becomes fit for becoming Brahman. Yes, some clues are there. Let us approach in our practical way, no? You are preparing dosha or you are preparing your food. How do I transform? That is how we question, no? When I am sitting in the office and the daily routine work, how do I? Suppose I am a teacher. I am teaching. How do I transform this as a... Like that we should approach. Let us be very clear about what we are seeking. How do I transform my entire activities? At the moment, though everything is done by him, at the moment I have not realized, I feel I am doing it. So how do I transform the activity as a form of my sadhana? Which is what all of us aim at, no? Everything is a Brahmarpana, everything is offered to him. So kindly tell me how do I transform this? Practical line. When you are taking bath, when you are walking, when you are talking, when you are thinking. Because in this ultimate question, we may not get an answer immediate. We may not be able to apply this in all our activities. But suppose we approach Bhagavad Gita with this, there may be some shlokas which throw light on it, and probably when we try to live up to it, it might lead to many other shlokas, and probably many of the slokas, and then probably the entire sloka. Think about it. Let us not get caught in the academic exercise. We should be very clear. We select a few activities in our daily life. That which comes to us. And then how do I transform? It is purely an internal exercise. And there, Papa, while introducing this Bhagavad Gita, he gave us that clue that it has touched all departments. We all remember Swami Chinmayanji used to say, he had written that what is not in Gita is not worth knowing, you know. Because it has covered everything. It is what the masters who have mastered it have told us. So we are trying to understand. Not as a text, but as a manual. No? A manual, we keep it within a bag and use it whenever there is any repair is to be done. When something goes wrong, we refer to the manual and set right. So how do we do that? How do we approach this? We note down, one suggestion that just comes now in our mind is, we note down a few activities. Family, profession, society. These are the three tiers through which our activities come out. How do I do? Can I try? I may fail, I may forget, I will not be able to succeed immediately, but I will definitely be able to do it when I keep on trying with this notion. Let us try. In the next few weeks, all of you can try. And as Vinobaji used to say, Gandhiji used to say that whenever I am in trouble, I approach Mata, Gita Mata. Gita, I, they say in Hindi, Marathi. So then the answer comes. Everybody was struggling. We have just started knowing that this is a struggle. Because we find it difficult because we have separated this, Sadhana is something we have defined, ordinary activities we have defined. Now we want to integrate this or transform the entire activities as a form of our sadhana. That is the ultimate, that is the truth. God gives us everything, God has provided everything, and God is in everybody, so ultimately everything is His. At the theoretical level we are convinced, intellectual level we are convinced, our masters say we are convinced, our shastras say we are convinced, but how do I practically translate this into my everyday life? Kindly think about it. We would like to read that particular word of Papa.
Swamiji,
Oh,
Swamiji,
oh,
Swamiji,
oh.
Yes.
అది 10th chapter 20th sloka Mataji.
Which chapter?
20th sloka.
Which chapter?
10th.
10th chapter. 10th chapter, 20.
Take it. Oh.
अहमात्मा गुणाकेश सर्वभूत भूतासर अहमादित्यमत्यम च बुधामत्येवच.
Chapter number 10, sloka number 20. Divine life.
Papa says, the Bhagavad Gita is a veritable mosaic of eternal wisdom. It has not left unsolved a single problem pertaining to the conduct of human life, both in its spiritual and physical spheres. For the highest truths of philosophy and also for a perfect light on the practical side of life, one has to go to this great work. The message of the entire Gita is to reveal the harmony and identity of the soul with God and God with nature. So we approach Bhagavad Gita with this bhavana. The Bhagavad Gita is a veritable mosaic of eternal wisdom. It has not left unsolved a single problem pertaining to the conduct of human life, both in its spiritual and physical spheres, for the highest truth of philosophy and also for the perfect light on the practical side of life. Practical side of life. One has to go to this great work. That's what we are trying now. The message of the entire Gita is to reveal the harmony and identity of the soul with God, God with nature. So an in-depth study, a deep yearning, a keen aspiration to understand these words, we approach Bhagavad Gita. Let us be very clear. Then the real purpose will be served.
This is the sloka. This is the sloka they asked. 10th chapter 20 sloka number 10.
I am the self, O Gudagesha, existent in the heart of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end of all beings. Okay. Like the thread that runs through the garland of pearls, making for the unity of the pearls. Mai sarvamidam purodam sutre manigana. So here he says, I am the self, the Atman, the heart of all beings. I am in the heart of all beings. Ants, worms, animals, human being. There is not anything in the world in the heart of which the divine spark is not there. Yeah, it will help us. That is the supreme truth which can be highly appreciated by unprejudiced physical scientists today. Everything, stones, flowers, leaves, food, digestion, is irradiated by solar radiation. Similarly, the world has come from Brahman, who is of the nature of Satyam Jnanam Anandam, as Taittiriya Upanishad said. Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anandam. Yoveda Nihidam Guhyam Paramevyo. Where shall you find him? In your own heart. Not somewhere in the skies, far away from the universe. Nihitam, hidden. Guhyam, in the cavity of your heart. Nihidam, so you have to discover. That is why a little struggle is needed. In the innermost space of the heart, not on the surface. This is a beautiful slogan, you are right. Not on the surface, but in its depth. In many aspects of our literature, we find the concept of a cave. The whole inner life is like a cave in which the Atman is hidden. That is why later on in our culture, these three, Hindu, Jains and Buddhists, created so many caves everywhere. And you sit in a cave in meditation. The cave has a high value from that point of view. In the supreme space, Parame Vyoman, or the emptiness of the heart. It also means the sky. It also means emptiness. What is space? That is the language. That person who so meditates achieves the highest in this very life, said, Ahamatma Gudagesha. I am the beginning, the middle and the end. This also you can note. 10th chapter, 20th. So very good, now we have made a beginning. We can't say we have made a beginning, he made us to make a beginning. No? He brought the Gita, he drew us to Gita, and he gave us some clues, and he is motivating us from within so that we can transform all our activities as a form of our sadhana. It's a long drawn struggle, agreed. 1 or 2 in a day, yeah, that's a big gain. 2 or 3 later, big gain. Like that we will start moving towards it. Probably that must be the purpose of Papa motivating us to take up this. We are very, very, very happy we have made a beginning. Final, what is it that we expect from the Gita, that he made it clear today. So let us all do like that, and hope to meet you all after probably 5 or...
Swamiji, one thing is clear. Now, Bhagavad Gita has become close to us.
Very good. Exactly. Rather than a book in the shelf,
Yes.
it is becoming closer to us. Yes, that is what we want. That is the tangible, palpable gain Papa gave us now in the past, because of the past 2-3 months.
It is not anymore distant, Swamiji.
It is not different.
It is not distant.
It is not distant.
Distant. It is not distant, you are right, near. Papa used to say in the spiritual journey, there are 4 stages. One is to feel his nearness. Second is to feel his presence. Third is to feel him everywhere. And fourth is to become one with him. So the first stage we are reaching is near. Very. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Hari Om.